Welcome to Update, the channel for all things motocross. From the latest news to exclusive content, we've got you covered. Whether you're a seasoned rider or a fan of the sport, we'll bring you the stories that matter most. If you're new here, make sure to hit that subscribe button and turn on notifications so you never miss out on our latest content. And for our returning viewers, thank you for your continued support. And please support me by sending a little super thanks.
It's time for the opening round of AMA Pro Motocross in 2023. Though injuries have plagued the field of late, there are still so many question marks and unknowns coming into this season that are sure to make things interesting. Chase Sexton is rolling off his maiden 450 SX championship 2 weeks ago and factors in as the favorite for Pro Motocross, but the only returning champ on the gate this weekend will be that of Dylan Ferrandis. Jett Lawrence is set and ready to make his 450 class debut. Cooper Webb is back in action this weekend after suffering a concussion at the Nashville Supercross. And other top talent like Aaron Plessinger and Adam Cianciarulo are looking to make their marks after ending Supercross with podium results. 450 class Moto 1. As the gates dropped to the ground for the first 450 class Moto of the year, it was Jett Lawrence rocketing out to the hole shot. Dylan Ferrandis was in second place behind him early on, with Cooper Webb in third and Chase Sexton in fourth. While Jett went to work on sneaking away from the field, Sexton started to close in on and eventually pass Webb for third. Even so, the five-rider group behind Jett of Ferrandis, Sexton, Webb, Aaron Plessinger, and Adam Cianciarulo were all staying pretty close together while Jett was pulling away out front. Aaron Plessinger was the next rider to catch fire as he passed his teammate Webb and then rather quickly closed up to the rear tire of Sexton. It was momentarily a three-rider battle with Ferrandis, Sexton, and Plessinger nose to tail, but Plessinger had an unfortunate crash in the back of the track which pushed him about 10 seconds back and behind Webb again. While Plessinger was there pushing Sexton though, Sexton was able to skirt around Dylan Ferrandis and move into second place. The early stages of the race seemed to be a bit of a struggle for Sexton, but once he was by Ferrandis he was able to open up the gap and actually close it down a bit on Lawrence ahead of him. Derek Drake was the man who ended up behind all the factory guys out front, as the Bark Suzuki rider was solid all day and worked through a lot of guys to get into seventh. Unfortunately for him, late problems would see him not finish the moto after such a strong run. For the rest of the way, it was all Jett as the 19-year-old rookie cruised to the 450 Moto 1 win on debut. Sexton followed him through in second, with Ferrandis in third, Webb in fourth, and Plessinger rounding out the top five. Moto 2. Jett Lawrence rocketed out to the hole shot once again in the final 450 class Moto of the day, but this time Chase Sexton was right with him. Dylan Ferrandis, Cooper Webb, and Aaron Plessinger were right up front off the start as well, but Adam Cianciarulo fell going into the second turn and was nearly ran over as he got up in essentially dead last. Amazingly, Cianciarulo made quick work early on to get into 16th by the end of Tay's second lap and then into the top 10 only 2 laps after that. The field missing some key factory riders certainly helped AC's charge, but he was weaving through traffic unbelievably well. Aaron Plessinger was keen to make amends for his few crashes in the first moto as he worked around Webb relatively early on to get onto Ferrandis. But then Ferrandis did a masterful job of just keeping him at bay behind for much of the moto, as the gap never really extended more than just a couple of seconds. But the real battle on the track was really down to Jett Lawrence versus Chase Sexton. The Honda duo slowly pulled away from everyone while Sexton sat right in the shadow of Lawrence the whole moto. Every time it felt like Sexton would make a run to get close to Jett, he would either then make a mistake or Jett would pull her back out ever so slightly. With 2 laps to go, it looked like Jett might have started to put it to bed, but then he made a big bobble in the back on the off-camber and Sexton was once again right on him as they came to the white flag. The battle went all the way to the flag, but in the end it would be Jett Lawrence taking the win and the overall in his 450 class debut. Chase Sexton would go 2-2 for second, while Dylan Ferrandis put together a 3-3 day to round out the podium.